Today we're going to look back at a race which happened 2 days back at Spa-Francorchamps. This was season 1, race 5 of the 2022 ADEC endurance season, our first race in variable weather, and a race we were all very much looking forward to. After a few ups and downs, I found myself battling for the lead on the final lap and made a great move on Blue Racer 7 into Rivage and came out in the lead and secured a win. I've been very happy with myself for the past few days. Today at lunch I put on Plux's commentary video and realised that during the last lap my car and Blue Racer's car seem to be all over each other. They look like they're lagging, and certainly it looks like there could have been contact, and Plux quite rightly comments that things need to be looked at further. So let's do that in this video and we can all make up our minds as to what's happening. Thank you. So this is the last lap incident we're going to look at. We're at racing speed, exiting turn 7, going into turn 8 Rivage, and there appears to be some contact between the two cars. Right there. At this point in the race, I don't actually feel a collision going into that corner, and as far as I know, I've made a clean move. But if I were the lead car, I'd certainly think the chap behind me has punted me off. So let's look at this more carefully. So we're about to enter Rivage. Blue is on a tight line and also on the wet part of the circuit, so I'm hoping he'll outbrake himself. My aim is to go wide in the entry and then tuck right into the apex to get a fast exit, trying to avoid the bollards on the inside at the same time. If we look at the timestamp in the bottom corner of the screen, the initial knock seems to be around 16.5 seconds past the 59 minutes. So that's important to remember, because we'll refer to that timestamp again and again. When I refer to the timestamp, I'm looking at the universal time, which is the bottom left of your screen. So 59 minutes, 16.5 seconds seems to be the place where the cars overlap. Blue's car accelerates to 77 miles an hour as if it's been hit by another car. If you're familiar with the physics of Gran Turismo, then the car causing the collision should be travelling significantly faster than the car being hit for this to happen. Let's go on board frame by frame now to see the relative speed of each of the cars prior to and after the overlap. This is about 2-3 tenths before the collision. I'm doing 62, Blue's doing 65, so I shouldn't be gaining on him. And then next frame, Blue is on part throttle doing 64. Yep, and I'm on slightly less throttle doing 62. Next frame, Blue's down to 63. I'm still at 62. Next frame, Blue is still 1 mile an hour faster than me. Next frame, Blue's at 63. I'm at 61. So he's again faster, so I shouldn't be gaining. Next frame, he's at 63. I'm at 62. Then I'm still at 62. Now Blue's at 62, so we're matching speeds, and again there should be no collision. Next frame, Blue's at 62, I'm at 62. Next frame, I'm at 62. Wow, all of a sudden Blue's accelerated to 77 miles an hour. So I'm not a coder and I don't understand how these things work exactly, but as a layperson, that's a sync or a lag issue. We race in the driver's room because the racing is fair, and we have rules that if we collide and gain position, that we should give those positions back, and I think we all understand that. But in this situation, my car does not register any contact. There is no change. I feel on the controller there's no vibration. All I can see is that Blue's car is lagging left to right, and it's going front to back in lag as well. And in fact, I thought because he'd taken such an acute line into the corner at speed, he'd simply gone deep onto the curb, and that helped me overtake him on the inside. As we exit the corner, he gets a tank slapper, some oversteer, and he nudges into the side of my car ever so slightly. And I certainly did feel that collision, but of course it had no impact on the race. Next is a clip from the end of the race when Blue Racer is crossing the line after me, and it shows the front to back lag as you see my car zoom to and fro in distance from Blue's car. Next is a clip from the beginning of the race when car 4 collides with the back of car 770 and decelerates from 80 odd miles an hour down to 71 within one frame and sustains front damage. On the flip side, car 770 is doing about 58 miles an hour, and straight after the collision in one frame rate goes up to 71, so it gains about 13 miles an hour, whereas car 4 loses that same 13 miles an hour. And this is what a proper collision looks like in Gran Turismo 7. When you refer back to the incident between Blue Racer and myself, his car jumps 15 miles per hour in speed in one frame rate but sustains no damage, so the game is not logging a collision, and I believe the episode we see is purely down to lag or sync problems.